Hello again. Today I'd like to talk to you about fitness and photography, something that's very close to my heart because I've had all sorts of issues and I've spent about the past 15, 16 years working in fitness and taking photographs of it. Now, last year sometime I think, the great inestimable Chase Jarvis put a video up where he talked about looking after your body, and he spoke to Kelly Starrett at Mobility WOD. Go and watch that video. I'll put a link up here somewhere. Go and watch the video. Lots of very, very worthwhile, useful points in it. I'm not going to take anything away from that at all. I just want to add a few of my own personal experiences with it. Now, from my side, I've been taking photographs now for in excess of 20 years. I've been full-time at it since 1998, and I've got a lot of wear and tear from that. I've also run marathons, done a lot of long-distance cycling, lots of running, and I'm 39 years old, and my body isn't what it used to be. Okay? About 4 years ago, I started to hit quite serious problems, and I was told I couldn't run again. I was having issues left, right, centre, no end of pain, back pain, hip pain, knee pain, you name it, I had it. Thankfully, rather than just do the classic bloke thing of saying, I'll be fine, I'll get better, I went and saw somebody about it, okay? This would be point number one. If you are having pains anywhere, okay, no matter what twinges they are, no matter where they might be, go and see a specialist of some sort. Go and see a physiotherapist, go and see a personal trainer or strength and conditioning coach who specialises in mobility and flexibility, and get them to assess you and look at your movement patterns, okay? Because unless you know for categorical fact you've already got a really serious pre-existing injury somewhere, if you're getting niggles, the odds are that what's happened is what happens to about 99% of people, which is that you've got a strength imbalance. Now, I am obviously not a personal trainer or a physiotherapist, but like I say, I've worked in fitness for more than 15 years now, in men's health, men's fitness, runner's world, you name it, and I've had a lot of time having rehab, and effectively, almost everybody, like I say, nearly 99% of people are stronger on one side than the other. Okay, and apart from exercises that we do where we are perfectly balanced at all times, we're going to bias one side over the other and get stronger and stronger and stronger, and that will lead to all sorts of problems. Look at me right now. I'm carrying a heavy camera on one side. The weight is coming through here. I'm leaning, as you can see, to one side to make it comfortable. Okay, right now that's not having any negative effect. Multiply that by every day, week after week, year after year, you're going to have problems. Particularly if you compound those problems like I did by doing lots of running, lots of cycling, and then lots of long-distance driving, lots of sitting behind a computer screen, okay? So first bit of advice, go and find yourself a physiotherapist, personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach who specialises in mobility and flexibility, and get them to assess your movement. So if you go and see a specialist of some sort, without wanting to preempt what they're going to say, the odds are they will give you lots of rehab exercises, and these rehab exercises, or prehab exercises sometimes, will often consist of core moves that help to strengthen and stabilise your core, particularly regarding rotational core moves where you're twisting and moving your weight from side to side. And what they'll also include is lots of unilateral exercises. Okay, now unilateral, for those with a brain, means obviously one thing at a time. It means using one leg at a time, one arm at a time, rather than both at once. So rather than doing big, heavy squats, you'll be doing single leg squats, or lunges, or pistols, or variations thereof, that mean that if you've got a weaker side, your weaker side has to work as well. Because there's the problem. If you've got one leg weaker than the other, one side weaker than the other, and you do a nice big heavy squat, your stronger leg will keep doing all the work. Your stronger side will keep doing all the work. Okay? So go online if you're having problems with this and find unilateral exercises. There'll be thousands to look at. There'll be thousands of form guides out there. Be fairly certain that your coach, your physio, whoever it is, will give you exercises like that. The granddaddy of them all, though, is the wonderful Turkish get-up. Okay? Right now, go and search for a Turkish get-up on YouTube. You'll see thousands of videos. Form can be a bit varied from time to time, but it is the master of all of the prehab and rehab exercises because it corrects all your imbalances from side to side. You can see me going through one now. Now, my form is not going to be 100% perfect because, like I say, I'm not a coach, I'm not a trainer, but there's a couple of key things to remember about it. The main thing above all is you are doing this exercise for form. You are not doing it for speed. And you're not doing it to lift heavy weight. In fact, Pavel Tsatsoulian, the guy who brought kettlebells to the West and is a huge popularizer of this exercise, coaches people in doing it by balancing a shoe flat on their hand to do it. Okay? And if the shoe falls off, they're not doing it right. It's nothing to do with weight per se, it's to do with getting your body movement pattern grooved in nicely. Practice these, okay? Do them, like I say, don't do thousands of reps, that's not what it's about, but get the movement right and do them low and do them slow. That's what really, really counts, okay? Really, really will help to bring you back into balance, okay? Two last little things to help you if you're having problems, you're starting to get pain somewhere. The first principle is be sensible how you carry things. Okay, as you can see, I've got one camera on, down one side, but I've got a nice, expensive black rapid strap that's got a wide strap section that's soft and padded, and it's supporting the weight really well. It spreads the weight out. The ones that come with the camera, narrow little things, they're not going to help. Okay, they're not going to do a good job of spreading the weight out. They're going to start to hurt after a bit. And if you do shoot with two bodies, get one of these that allow you to double rig, so your bodies are balanced evenly either side of you. By the same token, like everybody else 20 odd years ago, I used to use shoulder bags because nobody used backpacks for photography, backpacks were for nerds. Thing is, a shoulder bag does that, obviously. Use a backpack for your camera kit, okay? It's far more sensible. That's the first principle. The second principle is even more important. Don't be lazy. It's incredibly tempting to be packing the car in the morning and have two heavy cases or other heavy cases and then think, oh, I'll just get that as well. Okay, and then hobble to the car. I don't have to make an extra trip. I don't have to make it. I'll do this. Okay, you're now overloaded. You're like the kids' game Buckaroo. You've got all this stuff on top of you, and as you twist to reach for something in the car, something will go pop. Okay, make another trip. Don't be lazy. Okay, along with, bending down to pick things up properly, behaving like a grown-up. None of this, oh, I'll just reach for that whilst I've got 25 kilos strapped to my body. No, walk over to it, take the stuff off your back, and then pick it up, okay? Trust me, as somebody approaching 40, it's not a good idea to behave like you're still 6, okay? It will lead to tears. So there you go, practice lots of unilateral exercises. Don't be lazy, carry stuff sensibly, but above all, if you're having problems, go and get yourself checked out by somebody who knows what they're talking about, not me, okay? I sort of know what I'm talking about, but I'm not the expert. Have fun.